Hi, this is Sam with Plastic Pallet Pros, and this is your tip of the day. Today I want to talk to you about lumber pricing and give you 3 reasons why it's went up. It's increased a lot. So take a look at this chart right here from Market Insiders. This will give you kind of a visual of what lumber pricing has done over the last year. Now this represents higher grade lumber, actually construction grade lumber, but it has increased 243% from its low of 280,000 to its high of 1,040. 1,000 per 1,000 board feet on lumber prices. So the current price on that is $855 today. It has increased a tremendous amount over the last year. And so the question is why? What's going on with lumber prices? So it really boils down to supply and demand, and then just overall cost. So supply has been challenged with the pandemic. A lot of lumber suppliers, sawmills, and log suppliers are having challenges both with labor, with getting people to come to work because of the pandemic, and also just shutdowns. They've literally been shut down, and they've really struggled with rebounding and getting production, making up for that lost production and that lost time. It's created a lot of issues. On top of that, we're going right out into spring, which typically weather and the wet conditions make it very difficult for log suppliers to be able to provide and really keep up with the high demand right now on lumber. So log supply, and then just really the pandemic has really impacted the ability to supply that lumber. The second piece is demand. Also somewhat related to the pandemic, but just overall, interest rates being what they are, construction and housing is way up. Then also natural disasters with hurricanes and things like that increased demand greatly. And then even with the pandemic and a lot of people off of work, a lot of do-it-yourselfers went to work and started doing projects. As a result, created a huge increase in demand in lumber. So we've got high demand and low supply. And then cost. What happens when the log suppliers are struggling and trying to find labor? Cost goes up, and transportation costs have increased. They probably doubled, at least for us. They've come close to doubling in the last year just for transportation costs. That translates directly to what's the cost of the raw material and the lumber also. It makes a huge difference. So you've got supply, very challenged, you've got high demand, and you've got increased cost. So it's resulted in huge increases. But the real question is that going to go down? When is it going to go down? Is it going to change? And really all of the market research and the indicators are suggesting that we should get used to this being the new normal, not to expect it to go back down ever to pre-pandemic levels. It's just not likely going to happen. There's factors inside of that are not going to change. In regards to supply, demand, and especially cost. It's going to stay increased. So how does that translate to plastic pallets? If you've been using a wood pallet, you're going to likely see challenges with availability. You're going to likely see challenges with cost. And it's a good time to take a look at plastic as a potential alternative. If you're buying heat-treated lumber today, there's a reason why you're buying that heat-treated lumber. And one thing is plastic pallets can translate or actually solve those same problems as the heat-treated lumber. You don't have to worry about heat treating a plastic pallet. It's very durable. It's gonna make more trips than a wood pallet on average. So if you haven't considered plastic, I would strongly encourage you to take a look at it today. It's probably a much more viable solution than what you've thought it to be. So give us a call. We'll help you walk through that, help you understand where plastic can fit into the mix, and we'll help you find a good solution. Thanks, have a great day.